Hi and welcome back to the last video of this topic. So let's start with this video now. In previous video we completed label option, and in this video we are going to cover some more options which are line and text. Okay, so I will walk you through these options and we will see how to use these options. After that I will give you a brief overview to ERC tool, which stands for electrical rule check. Okay, and basically ERC tool, it's very important and we use this tool every time we are done with the schematic design. So I will explain you the purpose of this tool in this video. However, I'm not going to explain it in detail in this particular video. I have dedicated a separate video for this tool. So once we are done with the schematic design of our hardware, okay, later I will explain you this ERC tool in detail. Okay, because generally we have to use this tool only after completing the schematic. Okay, so there I will explain you this ERC tool. Alright, so that's the agenda for this video. Now let's start with this video. Now, when you create the schematic, as I told you, there will be different blocks in the schematic, like power supply block will be there, controller block will be there, then LED block will be there, switch block will be there, or some different IC block will be there. Now, in order to separate these blocks, we actually use this option, which is line option. Okay, so this is actually going to help us to separate out the different blocks which are available in our schematic. So for that, what I will do, I will select this option, which is line option, and I will create the line or border here for our schematic. Okay, now whenever we have to create a border for the schematic, we generally go to this layer option. I'm actually going to discuss about the different layers which are available in Eagle in the upcoming lecture. So at this moment you don't need to bother about it. I'm going to spend a sufficient amount of time in explaining these layers. So right now just remember, whenever you need to create the border of your schematic, at that time we use this particular layer, which is layer number 94, symbols layer. Okay, so I will select this layer, and after that, in order to create the border, I will click on left click of mouse, and you can see the red line is appearing here. So this is how basically you can create the border for your schematic. Okay, so you just have to click on any point or wherever you want to create the border, and after that, this is how I'm going to create the border. So wherever you want to make the point or make the angle, there you just have to click. Okay, so creating the border for your schematic is actually very simple. Okay, now as I told you, there will be different blocks in your schematic. Now you will have to name those blocks, right? So in order to name those blocks, we generally use this particular option, which is called as text option. So I will select this, and after that, let's say I will write a text here. Okay, or taste. Okay, or let's say I will write IC555 section. Okay, and after that I will click on OK. Now here you can see this text is actually on some different layer. It's actually on symbol layer. Now whenever we have to place a text or we have to give a heading to a particular block in our schematic, generally we use this option, this layer, which is layer number 95, which is names layer. Okay, so I will select this layer now, and you can see it's now in white color, which means that it's actually the names layer. So I will left click of mouse, and you can see we have provided the text for that particular section. Okay, now in order to get rid of this text, again I'm going to press the escape button. Okay, and after that I'm going to click on cancel. Now here, if you see, this schematic block is actually very big. Okay, and this particular name is very small. So in order to increase the size of this text, what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on the mouse, and after that I will click on properties. Then here I'm going to change the size of this particular text. So you can see here there are different size available. So you can choose the suitable size for your text. Okay, so I'm just going to select 0.2 inches, and after that I'm going to click on OK. So you can see this is how basically we can change the size of our text. Alright, so I hope that now how to use this text option is now clear to you. So in this way you can actually give the name for different blocks which are available on your schematic. Okay. After that, this arc option, then this polygon option is actually not that important. After that, the most important option is ERC, okay, which stands for electrical rule check. Now, let's say that you are done with the schematic. You have created the schematic for all the different blocks which are present on your hardware. Now you have to verify whether there are any problems in your schematic or not. So the software is going to tell you what's the errors and what's the warning in your schematic. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to click on this option ERC, and after that this dialog box is going to appear. Okay, this dialog box is actually going to tell you the number of errors in your schematic and number of warnings in your schematic. Okay, so at this moment if you see, there are actually total 4 errors, okay, and there are total 9 warnings. But you don't need to bother about these errors and warning at this moment, because we have not created our schematic properly, right? It's just the test schematic. That's why we got these many errors and warning. Okay, so I'm going to discuss in detail once we are done with schematic design part of our hardware. I will discuss how to resolve all the errors which are present in our schematic, and how to resolve all the warnings which are which software is giving us for our schematic. Okay, so again for that I have dedicated a separate lecture, and in that particular lecture I will talk in more detail about these how to resolve these errors and warning. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell about all the options which are available in this toolbox, and I hope that you are now clear with all these options. Okay, and if you have any kind of doubt related to all these options, then definitely you can ask me. Okay, alright, so that's what I wanted to tell in this topic. I hope that you enjoyed this topic, and now I will see you in next topic, which is Introduction to Layout Editor.